Hello and happy Easter. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate with you, even though it's a slightly strange Easter to be having. So let me remind you of the reading. It's from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 28, verses 1 to 20. After the Sabbath, as the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descending from heaven came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow. For fear of him, the guards shook and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid. I know that you are looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here, for he has been raised, as he said. Come, see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples he has been raised from the dead. And indeed, he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. This is my message for you." So they left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy, and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them and said, "Greetings." And they came to him, took hold of his feet, and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me." The first day of the week is dawning. This is the moment that the women go to the tomb, in the liminal space between dark and light. It is not quite day, and it's not quite still the night. I've wondered how to preach of resurrection when perhaps we are still feeling as a nation that we are in Good Friday, in the place of death, or Holy Saturday, in that place of asking, where is God? And wondering if God is absent. But perhaps there is something in remembering that most of the first stories of the resurrection happen in the dark. In the Gospel of John, for example, it says, while it was still dark. In Luke's Gospel, it's at early dawn. And in Mark, because, Mark is Mark and very typically full on, he's the one that says very early, but also when the sun had risen. But I think there's a double meaning in what he's saying there. Mostly, the first sign of resurrection is in the dark, or in those first moments as the rays of light peek over the horizon. The first day of the week is dawning. When the women went to the tomb, they were still in Holy Saturday. Jesus had died, and they weren't expecting him to have been resurrected. They were desolate, abandoned, and they were doing the normal things that women do when people have died. As we sit in this very strange time, perhaps we are looking for the dawn, and perhaps we are wondering when the night will end. We're finding our new rhythms of life, going about the normal things that we now do in a time of lockdown. And when we are desolate, abandoned, and people have died. The hope of the resurrection does not start in a place of joy and certainty. It starts in Good Friday, journeys through Holy Saturday, and it's only in the world-shaking interruption of God onto the scene, unexpected and unrequested. They weren't sat by his tomb praying for his resurrection. They had no idea that this was going to happen. It's only in the world-shaking interruption of God onto the scene that resurrection happens. Resurrection is God's domain. The first day of the week is dawning. What are we to do in this moment of our global history, the Holy Saturday of the world, when it is Easter Day? Perhaps we are to be the ones who sit in the liminal space, who seek the first signs of light, who even begin to go to those places while it is still dark. Perhaps it's our role right now to be with the women as they go to the tomb, and then to wait for the moment when the earth quakes and we see that resurrection has already happened. And as we do this, as we sit and as we wait, to keep proclaiming that it is the first day of the week and it is dawning.